This is the refresher on Supportland. We have our customer here, Paul Bunyan, and he's going to walk into the bookstore and go up to the counter. He's got his book in his hand, and at the counter are Supportland cards. Here's a close-up of what they look like in their little package. So these are individually wrapped, free for all consumers to pick up, and you're going to get a pack of 50 of them, and you're also going to get this little box that they stick in. So Paul Bunyan's like, great, what is this? And the bookkeeper lady says, you know what? It's a rewards card for the locally owned businesses in the Portland area. And that's pretty much all the explaining you should have to do. That little wrapper around the card explains the program, and if they have any more questions, they can go to the website. So quickly, for the consumer, it's like an airline miles program or a big box store rewards, but it's cuter, and it's one card for all the locally owned businesses. For the business owner, it's a network that mutually benefits all the locally owned businesses participating. So basically, our goal is to keep the money flowing between locally owned businesses. The biggest part of our program is the citywide rewards program. The consumer, Paul Bunyan, will walk into this bookstore with his Supportland card, and he swipes it. This is a USB swiper that plugs into any old laptop. It could be 10 years old, touchscreen, anything with a USB port. It's not proprietary. We have them for sale for $49 wholesale, but you can find your own as well. When that swipe occurs, there's a communication between the business's account and the consumer's account. So that's pretty much the technology. None of it's proprietary. Our end is a software as a service that's browser-based, so you don't need to download anything. You just need this. You just can have a swiper. So this is what's different about our program, unique, is that we have the businesses having a point account as well as the consumers. The reason for that is so that we can have these transactions occurring all over the city, and there's an innate check and balance. Something like the Fred Meyer rewards card, it's not like Fred Meyer loses points when you gain them, but in our context, yes, the business would lose points as the consumer gained them. That's how we make sure points have a innate value to the system. So what will happen is the business will log on to Supportland, their account, and build an incentive. This one is specifically for new customers. It could be for any type of customer. New customers get Stacey Mitchell's book, Big Box Swindle, for 200 points. Our consumer, Paul, finds out about this from our search engine, our mobile app, Twitter, Facebook, all that. He swipes to get it. So the business got 200 points, and Paul now has 0. So now 4 of Paul's buddies show up, and they all take advantage of the same incentive. So what happens when 5 people show up is the bookstore gives away 5 books. It costs the bookstore $35 in product. So depending upon what you put up as an incentive, it will cost varying degrees. If it's a service, it might be, free in terms of monetary, but there's a time cost. The bookstore gained 1,000 points, so we're going to see their points go up to 1,000, and they got 5 new customers. They know these are new customers that have never swiped here before. It's completely trackable. Also, notice how the bookstore can limit this. They could say, we only want to spend $35 on this campaign, so we're going to only give away 5 books this month, or it could be, 5 books every 3 months, whatever they want. So if it's a coffee shop or something giving away coffee and it's not going to be that big of a deal, they might say, well, we'll give away 200 of these or something. But bookstore, 5 books, plenty. So here's some examples of other types of incentives. A knitting store could say 1 wool skein for 100 points. A film class, $20 off a film class for 200 points. We generally times by 10. To figure out the point amount, but you could do whatever value you want. That's just a suggestion. Donut of the day for 20 points. 1 hour of guitar tutoring for 200 points. What we just went over, what these are all examples of, is reward incentives. There's also something called a point incentives. In a point incentive, the customer gains points from the business's point supply. How this works in the beginning is Supportland's going to take care of it. So it's kind of our mechanism for bleeding points slowly into the system rather than just dropping huge chunks of points, so that every time a new customer comes to your place of business and swipes, they're going to get 15 points. If they're an existing customer, they're going to get 5 points every day. Those points are going to come from Supportland. We're going to back each business with something like 20,000 points, and that's the supply it's going to draw from. So you don't need to worry about the point incentive. Once you've built up your point supply enough, you can start offering another point incentive. Just for the beginning, let's keep it simple and just work on reward incentives. We also have the punch card, which is traditional punch card. Buy 6 zines and get one free, maybe for a bookshop. Buy 10 lattes. You can also say, spend $100. So this is more of a traditional punch card. The benefit is it's all on the Supportland card, so consumers don't have to worry about keeping a little paper card for each locally owned business. Businesses also don't have to worry about keeping track of it now because it's all going to be in your Supportland account. You'll be able to tell how many you have out there, how many are near being redeemed. So right now, what the picture looks like for a business owner, we have one package available called the Paul Bunyan that's $49 a month. The technology required for this was we can help you if you don't think you have internet, because in a lot of cases you do, and we can detect it for you, a Wi-Fi service or whatnot. This USB swiper that you can get on your own, maybe you have one, but we can also sell for $49 wholesale. And a computer maximum 10 years old. This could be a touchscreen, really fancy, or it could be an old school free geek computer. Requirements for joining: locally owned, cooperatively owned are included, and franchises are excluded. If you have a problem with any of this, please contact us. We're partnered with the Sustainable Business Network of Portland, and we take our cues from them for what is defined as locally owned. That sums up the brief refresher video that we have for you. There's videos all along the registration process. On the right-hand column, it'll say watch the video, and that will guide you through the page and hopefully answer some more questions. If you have more questions, please use the feedback link at the bottom of our website page. If you noticed features not included in this short refresher, that's because they're not available for our launch quite yet. We're going to roll out features slowly so as not to overwhelm people. But if you're familiar with our group marketing campaigns, our blitz incentives, our metrics, those are all in the queue. They're going to be delivered shortly. So stay tuned. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and you can also reach us. And you can reach us anytime with the feedback link on the bottom of our website. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.